What's up guys, Daxter here, and I want to know if you guys have seen Wasteland 2. First and foremost, Wasteland 2 is a project of passion. If you look at the Kickstarter page, two things become very apparent. One, Brian Fargo, the director of the original Wasteland, really wants to make Wasteland 2. And two, everyone and their brother keeps throwing money at this game. The game was funded at almost $3 million, and that's why I love Kickstarter. The traditional producer model can die in the backseat of a burning car as it falls off into the cliffs of Tartarus. Nowadays, everyone is too concerned about Metacritic scores and too ignorant to see the true genius and fan base behind a really good game. And unless the game is going to make, or at least appear to make, millions of dollars, well then fuck you and your original well-crafted, well-loved game. Well, I say fuck them, fuck the producers, and let them keep making Call of Duty and Halo clones. I want a game to bring something different to the table, and that's exactly what Wasteland 2 does. Wasteland 2 is a post-apocalyptic, pseudo-open-world, turn-based, top-down, point-and-click, Dungeons & Dragons style survival RPG where every decision matters. Say that shit 3 times fast. Right off the bat, I was like, holy bejesus, there's a lot in this game. But that really does sum it up exactly. The amount of mechanics that are in this game is amazing, and they blend it so well that you rarely ever notice that there's so much going on. Because it's turn-based, it gives you a lot of time to think during combat, plan out your moves, and be very strategic. Because it's a point-and-click, nothing actually happens unless you make it happen. The game goes at your own pace and does not overly rush you into making decisions. Because it takes a lot of cues from Dungeons & Dragons, your character creation and team makeup say exactly what you can and cannot do, and it does not outright punish you for making any bad decisions, because there are no bad decisions. The game is very clear that shit happens, and you cannot save everyone even though you may want to, and the game will make you want to. I'm going to try to hammer one point home here. Every decision matters. Right from the get-go, you are tasked with making a 4-person squad. The moment you make a new game, you have to pick a team. You can pick from beginner templates such as Bruiser, Sniper, or Combat Medic, or you can be pro and go Dungeons & Dragons style and make your whole team from scratch. I warn you though, there's a fair amount of skills here and a fair amount of abilities to pick from. I can easily see someone spending hours here building the perfect team. However you decide to approach your team makeup, I implore you, you really want to spread your abilities around here and have a diverse team. If you make everyone in your team a smartass, who is going to be the healer? If you make everyone in your team superb in combat, who's going to repair the toasters? Yes, there are toasters in this game. There's a toaster repair skill. I was like, what in the hell is this doing here? I honestly think this is more of a tribute to the original game, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was some epic toaster at the end of the game that if you were not a master repairer of toasters, then you're crap out of luck. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure that this master toaster wouldn't be behind a master locked door, which would probably have some crazy alarm system attached to it, or maybe the toaster would be in a safe that you have to be like some crazy safe cracker to get into, or some stuff like that. These are the things that your team should be able to handle. If you make some insane killing team with the power of the sun in every attack, then you run the risk of not being able to move forward in your mission because you can't hack some shitty robot. Your team makeup is almost directly proportional to your ability to explore, and exploring is very important. If you miss the smallest thing, you could find yourself stuck or forced to backtrack, or at the very least you might miss an item that unlocks a piece of the story or another character that could have joined your team. The first time you realize that you have no one that can unlock a safe, you're going to wish that you paid more attention during character creation. But if you're the kind of person that sticks with their choices no matter how bad, then you're in luck. There are people you will find throughout the world that are willing to join your party, and they will bring with them their skills to add to your arsenal. You can have up to 7 party members at once, and I'm unsure if there's any sort of switching mechanic, as there's nothing like that present in the beta that I could find. But I will warn you, if a team member dies, that's it. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. You done fucked up. You can either be a man and live with it, or you can be like me, a nice little pansy, and reload a pass, save because I saved often. Hey, it's a video game, shut up, don't judge me. Didn't I tell you every decision matters? I don't leave myself open to a game over. Do you have any idea how low ammo is in this game? Everyone on your team can hold 2 weapons of any kind, but they're weapon proficiencies, so the ability to actually land a hit with that weapon would depend on how good that character is with that weapon. You will end up just wasting ammo if a character sucks with the weapon you have on him. Also, if 2 or more members in your team both use the same ammo in their main gun, that makes ammo seem even more sparse. I found myself also getting ammo that none of my guns could use, which can be frustrating, especially if you're running on ammo. But all of this actually adds to the combat difficulty. Combat in itself itself isn't terribly hard, but you got to make every shot count. Running out of ammo is a real danger, so positioning is very important. Trying to get close enough to an enemy to line up that perfect 100% hit chance shot while simultaneously maintaining cover to reduce your chance of being hit can be a task. Trying to shoot at an enemy that you only have less than 80% chance to hit is risky and can leave you frustrated if you find yourself missing a lot, especially when being in cover doesn't actually force your enemies from their cover. The enemy will just sit there, keep shooting, and occasionally hit you, all while seemingly having an unlimited supply of bullets, thus forcing you from your cover to go kill the bastard. I actually had a fight with one enemy left that forced me to continuously chase him around as he ran from cover to cover. I couldn't hit him at all while he was undercover, and he seemed to be able to run twice as far as any of my team members, thus allowing him to slip through my fingers and forcing me to chase him. And to make matters worse, he only had 1 health. 1 freaking health! You can't imagine how frustrating this was. However, this was before I discovered the ambush mechanic, which was not explained anywhere. I randomly found this out of a click of curiosity later in the game. Ambush is basically telling a team member to stay in place and shoot the first thing that moves. I could have used a team member to flush that 1 health bastard out and have another team member ambush him. That would have solved that issue real quick. Oh yeah, did I mention that every decision you make in this game matters? Because it really does. This isn't like Elder Scrolls where if you make an unwanted decision, you just simply lose access to a quest line. I'm talking you get locked out of entire zones. And this happens right off the bat within the first hour of gameplay. Your team actually gets 2 distress calls at once, and you have to pick one. Whichever place you pick, the other gets completely destroyed. And I mean fucked up. And the content there is locked out for the entirety of that game save. And Wasteland 2 does a really good job of playing with your emotions. As you're assisting the place that you picked, you still hear the other location crying, screaming for help, begging you for you to come out there and help them. And as you're trying frantically to save the location that you're currently at, you're going to hear the last call of the other location basically telling you it's too late. I genuinely felt sad when that final transmission went out, and I wondered deep down if there was anything I could have done short of cloning myself or just making another game. This sort of thing definitely adds to the immersion and really adds weight to your decisions. It also adds to the replayability, because now there is content that you just missed, that you cannot do unless you start over. There are places to explore, there are puzzles to solve, and possible members of your team that could have joined you if you made the other decision earlier on. But you don't really have much of a choice here. There really is no winners. I really enjoyed Wasteland 2. If I had to pick one thing I hate about it, it would have to be the pseudo-open world. The closest thing I can use to compare this is open world of Final Fantasy games like Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 3, where you had to travel in a very zoomed out map view. In this open map-ish thing, you also had to deal with your water supply dwindling and deal with radiation-covered areas that block your path and force you into a certain direction, at least early on into the game. It's a cool idea and adds to the post-apocalyptic survival-ish feel thing. I just didn't really like it, and I wish that traveling this way was actually faster. I kind of missed the chocobo from Final Fantasy 7. I don't see this game being for everyone. I've played about 8 hours into the game, and I can tell you one thing, the game is a slow pace. If you came to this game expecting high action, you will be sorely disappointed. Wasteland 2 is more about exploration, scavenging, and NPC interaction. And boy oh boy, there's a lot of NPC interaction. If you enjoyed games like Elder Scrolls and Mass Effect where there's a ton of lore behind every NPC that opens their mouth, you will absolutely love this game. I warn you though, it's not like those games in the sense of there's next to no voiceovers here unless it's a scripted sequence, so you pretty much have to read everything. If people are like me, they'll just find themselves spam clicking through the chat windows, and there's a ton of chat windows to click through here. The NPCs will react to every and anything that's going on in your party. For example, if there's items in your inventory, they react to that. If there's certain members of your team, they react to that. And I can actually add more to the missions that you have to do and the overall reward of being where you are. But there's just a lot of lore to click through here, and I particularly didn't care for it, personally. Some people will. Overall, the game really did leave me with a good experience. And now the final question, is it worth the price? Currently, the game is $60 on Steam, which will actually buy you the Digital Deluxe Edition, which will get you a lot of goodies. This will also get you into the alpha version of the game, which actually does not have all the content unlocked yet. Now if you really want to support the game and you really want the soundtracks and you actually want the original game and all the other stuff that goes with it, go for it. Otherwise, fuck no. Wait till the price drops. This will be a great game to pick up for $30 or $40, but this Forced Digital Deluxe bullcrap is nothing more than a marketing ploy to get those that didn't participate in the Kickstarter to fork out a ton of money to get into the game. This is low, guys. This is really low. Playing off the success of the Kickstarter and trying to milk this cow even more is a really low move. Well, that's it for me, guys. Daxter here, and I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Wasteland 2. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below, let me know what you thought, and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace!